What's going on, family? They got me on my DMX right now. What they really want, what these dudes want from a nigga. What do they want? What they really want from a nigga. What do they want? Well, excuse me if that was a vulgar language saying the N-word, you know what I mean? God bless you. You know what I'm saying? Keep your head strong. We still making it through this thing, staying focused, trying to maintain. But the topic for today is basically endure until the end or unify. There is no in between. Either you endure until the end with your free will and your freedom, you know what I'm saying, or you unify. You know what I'm saying? But enduring, and the process of enduring, try not to be bitter and miserable. Because bitter and miserable are only going to breed hatred. You know what I'm saying? You let God get the vengeance. You don't try to take vengeance. You don't wish, oh, you know what I'm saying? Let them get a taste of their medicine. You don't, because you're unifying when you do that. When you bitter and miserable, you're not actually enduring. When you unify, you know, there's different ways of unifying. You know, you can unify with them physically, you know what I'm saying? Literally join them and participate. Or you can unify with them spiritually, you know what I'm saying? Carry on the same personality and characteristics that these people do have. You know what I'm saying? Majority of the personality types of this network that we're going against is a narcissistic AI brain that everybody's in this network that's participating, you know what I'm saying, is taking on that characteristic. You know what I'm saying? You're dealing with the sociopaths and the psychopaths. You get me? So, you know, they both crazy, but the sociopath, they can blend in. You know, they're crazy people that appear normal. That's a sociopath. You won't be able to tell a sociopath until you spend time, until you get caught up in a traumatic situation. Then you, boom. You know what I mean? A psychopath is kind of obvious. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? They already look cuckoo. You know what I mean? A psychopath, they don't care about looking normal. But a sociopath, they try to blend in and camouflage. You know what I'm saying? So the whole process is this unification process. You know, they study your behaviors. You know what I'm saying? It's like they almost gotta like hacked your biofield and created digital copies of your brain on some Black Mirror type stuff, on some Black Mirror activity. You know what I'm saying? That type of energy where they downloading your thoughts and characteristics and personalities and stuff. And once they fully download it, you know what I'm saying, they try to send people your way that best match your characteristics and personality to get you to, you know, to crash out or to get you to, you know, to unify. All that crashing out is a form of unification. You know what I'm saying? They basically want you to hold hands with them and jump off a building together. You know what I'm saying? You know, a fall guy. You know what I'm saying? Before this program gets exposed, or because of, you know, the karmic depth and stuff like that, the sins done reached all the way up to heaven. You know, once sin fully matures, it turns into death. You know what I'm saying? So they need you for the justification. You know what I'm saying? So as long as you're enduring, it makes them look bad. Deep down, program's still gonna go on, but as long as you're enduring, it makes them look bad. So in order for them, I guess they're trying to free themselves from the karmic debt that they done to you during this unconstitutional shadow punishment. You know what I'm saying? So they need justification. So they need you to crash out or they need you to unify. They'll use race in the factor. They'll use women. They'll use people like if you a gamer, if you want to be a wannabe street dude, if you like music, if you like basketball, they'll try to send people, you know what I'm saying? But all these people, you can decipher, you know, who the people, they're not like should be in your circle because they're narcissistic. You know what I'm saying? They self-centered. You know what I mean? It's all about me, 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 me. It's all about stepping on each other, you know, necks and stuff like that. You know what I mean? It's all about control, you know, with fear. You know, they use all type of religions. You know what I'm saying? They'll use all type of religions, from Christianity, Judaism, Muslims, all in the Abrahamic, belief system. All the people that believe in Abraham and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So even outside Buddhism, New Age, anything to get you to, you know what I'm saying, to follow in line and suit with them, to be a part of them. So now, you know what I'm saying, now that you with them, you know what I mean, the karmic debt has been reversed. You know what I'm saying? But you leave that to God. You keep your peace. You're not the judge. You don't judge what the end fate of these people be, because once you become the judge, you know what I'm saying, then you know what I'm saying, you basically saying you God. You feel me? And you're not God. You just, what you can control. You know what I'm saying. You just judge what's in your reach. You feel me? You can't judge grown people for what they do. They got an authority system for that put in place. You know what I'm saying? Where there's a court system here on this earth put in place. When people do bad, they face a judge. You know what I'm saying? You're not the judge. You're not the spiritual judge, and you're not the physical judge, unless you're an actual physical judge. You know what I'm saying? But the people at this program, they want to play judge. And when you endure, you actually make these people feel bad. You know what I'm saying? Because you're enduring. You're doing all type of walks of life. You know what I'm saying? And you just simply just making it out here. You're just simply that's endurance, resistance. You're simply, you know what I'm saying, taking on the projections and things that, they trying to put on you. You haven't let your emotions get the best of you. You haven't let your status, get the best of you. They even have music. You even be vibing to some music and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Get on your YouTube and the YouTube will, the algorithm will create like a playlist for you. And on some of the songs be like, oh, you wash your dishes, you a hoe. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So for a weak-minded person, they be like, man, you know what? Man, you right. You know what I'm saying? Bump washing dishes. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to try to get it the fast way. I'm going to try to get it another way. That's the mindset they want you in, so that they can be justified. See? Just like we said, boom, now they justified. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like when somebody loan, when you buy a car off the lease or something like that. Don't buy the car, but you lease the car. And you got a monthly payment, and you almost pay all the payment, but you don't. Guess what? They're going to come back and do what? They're going to repossess that car. So in the same way, if you endure and then all of a sudden you crash out, or all of a sudden you give in to the program, then boom, they justified. You've been repossessed. You get what I'm saying? So you don't want to get repoed out here. If you made it this far, keep going. You know what I'm saying? You have to overcome your ego. And what I mean by ego, what do I mean by ego? Ego in human nature is the individual that is out in the public, that wants to keep the reputation. Like you have a public, like when you yourself is out in the public, it's a certain way you carry yourself different than when you're in the private. Like everybody you see, they have mainly two personalities. They're not the same in the private that they are in the public. And the public usually is the ego version of them. You know what I'm saying? The respect, the reputation, how people want to be perceived. And then when they're in private, they're whatever they are. You know what I'm saying? They childish, or their real self. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, once you awaken to this program, you don't want to be filled up with the ego or trying to still prove something, have a reputation towards these people out here, because that's what they capitalize off of. That's part of the unification process. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you make peace with them, but you don't hold hands and jump off the building with them. You know what I'm saying? Don't hold hands with these people and jump off the building with them. Overcome your ego. You know what I'm saying? You've been broken free from that. You could be carefree now, but you still got a way to go about things. You know what I'm saying? And for the best part is fill yourself up with the words of God and keep building on your morale. You know what I'm saying? A good character. You get what I'm saying? You no longer should you be confined by leeches or dark people that keeps holding you down. You free from that. You know what I'm saying? You know, the only thing that can turn you now is irritation or just boredom. You know what I'm saying? But you got to find ways to have fun through the boredom. You know what I mean? You got to find ways to overcome your irritation. You know what I mean? You got to find ways to be the bigger man through any altercation, and don't, you know what I'm saying, let your ego get the best of you. You know what I'm saying? You don't have nothing to prove. You feel me? So at the end of the day, endure until the end and let God be the judge, or unify and crash out. So you got the choice. Make the choice, family. Peace.